We have all heard that we need to reduce the salt in our diet, but did you know that 75% of the sodium in your diet comes from just 4 ingredients? And all of these are found in what I call the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, aka the worst types of ultra-processed foods. So let's get into it. I want to talk about these 4 ingredients that bring the sodium. I also want to talk about why they are in these foods, how they got there, and lastly, some tips on how to avoid them. These 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that I mentioned include savory snacks like chips, crackers, French fries, savory breakfast cereals, deli meats, cheese, spreads and sauces, soups, gravies, condiments and dressings. These 4 ingredients are 1. Salt, sodium chloride, which is just salt with a fancy name, the obvious one. But sometimes manufacturers will use other fancy names like natural flavorings or seasoning, and these can be tricky because you don't always see them listed on the label. So if you see any of these, just be aware that they may contain salt. No. 2. Monosodium glutamate, or MSG for short. You may already be familiar with this one because of its reputation for giving you a huge craving for more of whatever it is that you're eating, whether it's potato chips or ice cream. It enhances the savory, meaty flavors of foods, and it's often used to replace salt in processed foods. So if you look at the ingredient list and you don't see any salt, it might be hiding under the MSG. No. 3. Disodium gold. This ingredient has a similar function to MSG and it's often used together with it. It adds a savory, brothy flavor to foods and is made from seaweed or mushrooms. And no, this one adds a rich, meaty flavor and is usually made from meat or fish. It's also used to enhance the flavors of other ingredients. So now that we know what they are, let's talk about why they are in there. All of these ingredients are considered flavor enhancers. They basically make the food taste better by bringing out the existing flavors in the food, but they also serve another purpose. Have you ever noticed that when you eat salty foods, you get thirsty? Our bodies recognize that when we consume salt, it can increase our blood pressure, so it signals us to drink more water to dilute the salt. These 4 ingredients trick our bodies into not recognizing that they are salty. They keep our blood pressure from rising too much, and they prevent our bodies from signaling us to drink more water, so we don't realize how much sodium we're consuming, and therefore, we can keep eating the food without thinking about it. Now, let's talk about how to avoid these 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's actually pretty simple. Just avoid the ingredients that we talked about. That means reading labels carefully. If you see any of those 4 ingredients on the label, then put the food back and choose something else. But here's the thing. Ultra-processed foods are designed to make you crave them and make them hard to stop eating. So I am gone now. Give you 3 additional tips that will help you resist the cravings. And just say no to that bag of chips or bowl of cereal. Tip no. 1 is don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. You've heard this before, but I'm telling you, it's true. When you're hungry, you will impulsively grab the first food you see and probably end up buying lots of ultra-processed foods that you don't even need. So eat something before you go to the store. Tip no. 2 is drink 16 ounces of water first. I couldn't tell you how many times I've grabbed a snack mindlessly and then realized I was actually thirsty, not hungry. So before you reach for that bag of chips or bowl of cereal, drink a glass of water first. Wait 15 minutes and see if the craving is still there. And tip no. 3 is just add more fiber to your diet. Fiber fills you up and helps you feel satisfied, so adding more fiber to your diet can help you resist cravings for those salty, processed foods. I recommend that you add a scoop of ground flaxseed to your cereal or to your yogurt. I really hope that this video has been helpful for you and that you've learned something new. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't seen my other videos on ultra-processed foods, check them out. They're really informative and you'll learn how to avoid the worst types of ultra-processed foods. I'll see you next time.